Cool, well, we're away. Darren, thank you for joining me. Members of the Amber Arm YouTube channel, we've got Darren Jones here for the latest one-to-one. And Darren, again, thanks for joining me. And we're just going to have a little chat with you about your career and your time at Newport County and what you envisage for the future for yourself, mate.
Yeah, no problem. It's it's no problem to be here, mate. Anytime.
Oh, you're a good man. Thank you very much. So obviously you started your career with Bristol City, but it's fair to say things didn't exactly work out the way you would have planned for them there. Do you feel you had a fair crack with them?
I was there for a long time. I joined them when I was 14. But when I got close to the first team, no, I didn't have a fair crack, to be fair. I felt like I was kind of pushed aside. There was a lot of favouritism there at the time. So I knew I was good enough to play. But being young, being ambitious and hungry, wanting to play,
Yeah.
I asked to leave. So yeah, I left and then joined Newport.
Yeah. Well, obviously, I mentioned earlier that you know, if you don't want to talk about obviously what happened while you were at Newport, we skip over that if you want. But obviously, then you joined Forest Green in 2006, then didn't you? Which is where it seemed as though you found some real stability in your career there, because you obviously made over 100 appearances for them. Obviously, you were a key player in keeping them in the conference and achieving their highest finish after. So fair to say you enjoyed the time there.
Yeah, well, I had a loan spell there when I was at Bristol City.
Yeah.
So I knew the club. I was familiar with all the people there. And it was a good little club. Back then, it was the old, the what's it called? So the new one was the new lawn. Can't think what the old ground was called now. But yeah, I originally went there when the old ground was there and the big slope. But no, I enjoyed it there, and I enjoyed returning there every time I went back there.
Yeah, of course. So obviously that geared you up for you move back into the Football League then. You joined Hereford in 2009. Was there an easy choice to move on, obviously given the jump that was available to you?
Yeah, it was back in the Football League. It was a no-brainer for me. I knew I was good enough to play in the league, but a few things happened in my past which stopped me from being there playing regularly. So when I had the chance, I took it straight away, and I knew I'd move on from there again.
Yeah. So obviously you moved on to Aldershot in the end. Was the captaincy on the table when you signed for them? Because I know you became captain of Aldershot, didn't you?
Yeah, no, not at all. I didn't know anybody there. There was a couple of big names when I joined there, like Glenn Little.
Oh yeah.
There was a few half-tidy players from big clubs. So no, I just went there, just first season, just played. Weren't captain or nothing. And it weren't until maybe back end of that season and starting the next season I really kicked on there. Got captain and this, that, and the other. But I really enjoyed it in there. I think I won on my first year. I won every award, Player of the Year, fans player, and I think I've done a lot there.
Yeah. So obviously that was League Two with them, League Two with Hereford, and then your jump up came next then with Shrewsbury. So was it just a natural progression then to move up a division from there?
Yeah, but I had links with Shrewsbury through Graham Turner. He was at Hereford when I was there, so I think I played against Shrewsbury when I was at Aldershot, and I had another good game. I was on fire when I was down there, and then he just thought, yeah, I want to take him back with me, and he took me up to Shrewsbury.
Yes, you spent 2 years there in League One.
Yeah.
I know you got injured, didn't you, during the middle of the year, second season there? Obviously, you were released by them, weren't you, in 2014? Do you think the injury was the reason for that?
Yeah, well, the end of season one, I dislocated my shoulder with 5 games to go. And the surgeon said I'd be out for 6 months. So they've obviously gone to get a replacement for me. And then, just the next season, things didn't really pan out. Obviously, the new players that they brought in, they kind of had to play. So, again, me being me, frustrated, hot-headed, I approached the manager and just said, listen, this is not for me. I want to leave. So, he granted my wishes and I moved on again.
That was to Wimbledon, if that's correct.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
There before coming home to Newport, of course.
Yeah, I think it was half a season down at Wimbledon. But I always wanted to come back home, really.
Yeah.
So they offered me a 2-year deal, but I turned it down because I knew there was something there at Newport. So as soon as I had the chance, I just come straight back home.
Absolutely. So did it mean a lot to obviously play for the club in the Football League, of course?
For Newport?
Yeah,
it was brilliant. When I started moving up the leagues, Newport was still conference, I think, and they were going through the leagues themselves. So I felt it wouldn't be right for me to step back out of the league and go back down to non-league. So it was a bit of a waiting game for me, really, to see to see if they come up. And when they did, I think they had one season there before I joined them.
Yeah.
So as soon as they were back in the Football League, that was, I kind of forced the move as well, really.
Yeah.
I was pestering the manager at the time.
So it's always good to see a homeboy come back to Newport, of course. Obviously, it worked out really well for Flinney. Obviously, when he came back, he obviously was promoted at Wembley. And then, of course, you came back and we had a very good season that season, of course. Go on to that one, though. Your goal against York City at home, obviously, you're going to remember that.
Oh, yeah.
Would you say that was the best goal scored in your career?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely. I did score a few that year, but that was by far the best one I've ever scored, yeah.
Yeah.
Different
You
class.
scored 6, didn't you, that season, didn't you, for it?
Yeah, most of them from outside the box. I was just shooting from anywhere. But funny enough, I didn't get goal of the season for that. I think Lee Minsill did for the little tap in. So, I was weren't too impressed with that.
No, I wouldn't.
No, it was the best goal I've ever scored.
Yeah. So with the right foot like that, do you never fancy yourself as a striker?
No, not really. I like the ball in front of me instead of more with my back to play.
Yeah.
It's just you either got it and you don't. You're either a striker or you're a centre back kind of thing. But it was just easier for me to see everything than to have my back to play.
Well, we always rave on at Newport County about having quality left foots like the likes of Scott Barrow, Andy Sandell, Mickey Demetriou. But at least from the back, you can boast having a good right foot, of course.
Oh yeah.
And I can remember when that goal went in. I always stand behind the dugouts, and I remember seeing your back, and I see you run into the ball, about to pass it, and I just knows, mate, this is going to go in now. Watch. Well, didn't it just? Don't think anyone. The moment it hit your foot to the moment it hit the back of the net.
Yeah, no, I do send people YouTube clips of it now and then.
Oh, as you do, of course. I'll be doing the same, of course, except that I was never good enough to have good right pegs, to send on to anyone. So obviously during that season, you worked with Justin Edinburgh. And what was it like to work with him?
Different class. He was the best manager I had by a country mile. Not just for tactics and and football, just off the pitch more than anything. And that year, that was my best year in my career by far, on and off the pitch. Not so much me playing. I thought I had a good season. I think we picked up an award for that season, but in general, all round, that was by far the best season I had. The banter off the pitch every day. I've never liked training. That season, I couldn't get out the door quick enough to go training. I just loved it. Loved every second of it. And then when he left, it just sucked the life out of everyone.
Yeah,
literally.
bring on next was, do you think we would have gone up that season if he'd have stayed?
100%, guaranteed.
Mm.
We were flying. I think we were in the third at one point. We were most probably a striker away from, really pushing and maybe topping the league. But yeah, we were flying at that point.
Yeah.
But very simple way of football. We didn't complicate things. We just done very simple, basic things, but we did it well. And yeah, that was a very good season for me.
Yeah. I remember I went to near enough every away game that season, and I remember being in the car on the way, always thinking, I think we got a good chance of winning today. I always remember that season really fondly.
Yeah, no, it was Justin. You feared him on the football pitch, but off the football pitch, it was just it was just banter, just pure banter constantly, and that's what he lived for. He was brilliant, absolutely brilliant that season.
Absolutely, mate. So, obviously, at the end of that season, obviously Jimmy Dack and everybody else left, and obviously you were part of the cull that came with Terry Butcher. Word had it you were treated quite badly upon your release in obviously at the end of that season.
Well, I was the only one that got offered a contract out of everyone that got released. But I thought what was done to all my playing mates. I've had such a great season, and then they've gone and released everyone. I wanted out myself.
Cool.
And Terry Butcher come in. I can remember the conversation we had. We was in Bar Amber over the training ground. We was actually in the kitchen. He was making a cup of tea, and his ways. I could just sense, no, this is not for me. He was promising me everything, captaincy and this and that, and I just knew straight away. As soon as I'm here, I'm leaving. He tried to cut my money massively, and I can't do it. Like, when I went home, it was just obviously Forest Green. They give me obviously a lot better offer than Newport, but it was more to the fact of he just come in and released everyone. All my mates, like I said, I've had my best year in my career, and they just all gone.
You've been quite an empty place there without the people you used to being around, of course.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, totally. So yeah, that was really my decision. More than money, it was the fact that he just got rid of everyone.
But even if it was the money, I mean, a football career is a very short career. You got to make the most of it for yourself and your family. While you got the opportunity to.
Yeah,
So,
definitely. I think I was nearly 30 years of age. I only had a couple of years left in me anyway. So if I was going to get a little bit of a bumper deal towards the end of my career, knowing I only got 2 or 3 years left, but yeah, I think anyone and everyone would. It's
100%, mate. So then, and I know the move to Forest Green was quite short-lived, and you did find your way back after Terry Butcher had gone. So you came back whilst Warren Feeney was the manager, and unfortunately he suffered the same fate. And then roll on, the man himself, Graham Wesley. So what was it like to work with him? Because I've heard some pretty bad things about the guy. Well, not about the guy as a person, but to work for manager.
Well, I'd just say about Warren Feeney. I loved coming back playing for him. He was different class. I know we didn't quite do what we set out to do, but I think at one point we was like 14 points behind, bottom of the league. So I think we did a pretty good job really to get where we were. But yeah, that obviously Wesley come in. He's all right, Wesley. He's not as bad as everyone makes out. His work ethic, yeah, don't get me wrong, it's bizarre. But when you sit down with him and have a chat, he's actually all right.
Yeah.
But he's come to a club where finances ain't great, facilities are poor. It's a everyday battle at that point anyway.
Yeah.
He's used to coming from a club that's got lots of money. He could do what he wants. He found it tough at Newport. He found it real tough. But I'll always remember the very first day he came in, he made us do 50 boxes. Like, the very first day. But he come in after training and said that was just to see how many of you I could break mentally. And that's how he works. If you were mentally strong and tough enough for him, he didn't have a place for you.
Yeah.
And, he's had success with it. But I think as the years went on, football has changed. And you just can't treat people like that no more in this modern day game. Back in, obviously, when I was coming through the ranks, bloody hell, you had everything thrown at you. But you just can't do it no more. And I think his old ways were the end of him, really.
Obviously, I mean, we had a good spell under him for a little while. We won a few games. There was even playoffs and stuff like that. But obviously, eventually, the wheels came off for him, and he then left the club, and then Michael Flynn was given the job. So things quite apparently changed. Obviously, the Great Escape was absolutely unbelievable. So what do you feel Michael Flynn did different to bring the dressing room back and to get us where we needed to get through those 12 games he had left?
He just kind of relaxed everything.
Mm-hmm.
It was so intense every day on the ground. But it was just, we just got back to having fun again.
Mm-hmm.
The dressing room started smiling again. If you're not smiling on the training ground, you're naffed. You'll never win a game. And that's the biggest thing. You've got to have a happy dressing room. Because that wins you games alone. Without talent, without hard work. If you've got a happy dressing room, you'll win games.
Yeah. I suppose, if you've got people who are happy, they're willing to work harder for you, of course.
That's it, definitely.
When they're in a good frame of mind, a good state of mind, then to obviously go out onto the football pitch.
Yeah, it is. It's so much mental side of it. The football is phenomenal. That's why at the top level, you got people, coaching the mental side of the game to all these top pros, rather than just running and running and running. That's what Graham was like. He thought running you would make you tough mentally. It don't. It just makes you tired.
Yeah.
And come match day, you're naffed.
And to be fair, there's a lot of games that we were losing when I thought we had a chance of winning those games, and the boys, you did look tired,
Oh, I was knackered.
Yeah.
Like I said, a normal training day would be, you come in, you warm up, you do some drills, then you finish off with 5-a-sides. With him, you had 50. You're just running constantly. Like I said, first day in 50 boxes. When you're not used to it, that's a big shock to the system.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that was his downfall. Really was the amount of work that he put onto players.
Mm-hmm. And as you said, obviously Flynn then came in and relaxed everything, allowed everybody to enjoy themselves again.
That's it. Yeah.
Well, it shows the potential you guys had really throughout the season. Obviously, prior to those 12 games that Flynn had, we'd obviously only won 5 out of 34 games. But then we managed to win 7 out of 12 then to stay up by the skin of our teeth. It's quite unbelievable, the difference that was made.
Yeah, that's it. Happy dressing room. It was more or less the same players. Didn't bring any players in after he left.
Mm-hmm.
And we turned over a few players, man, when Graham was here. Bloody hell. But yeah, it was just a happy dressing room. Different training. Well, I would say different training, but the intensity was different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was it. That was the difference, really. Smiles on faces.
Yeah. And then when we got a character like Flynn around, running the show, and then he brings Wayne Hatswell back as well. I can only imagine.
Wayne, massive help. He he had a good run under Justin. He knows the game inside out. I don't think Flinney would have done it without Wayne, to be honest.
Yeah.
With Wayne coming in and he's the coach. It's a great partnership they got there.
And then obviously, the experience of Lenny Lawrence would have made a difference there as well, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I didn't really see him do a lot, but obviously behind the scenes, they're talking. Match days, Lenny would just get up a couple of times through the game. He sees things different. But yeah, it's Finney's inexperience really in the game of football as a manager, and have someone like Lenny Lawrence just whispering in his ear every now and then. It's worth weight in gold, isn't it?
And then, of course, the Great Escape happened then. I mean, the club would have been in danger financially going down, obviously going up then, staying up the way we did, it was just, it's a day I'll never forget personally. It's still, I know it's near enough second for second. One of the best days of my life following the county, to be honest with you, mate. So obviously you finished with us at the end of that season in the end. So basically, I was going to ask, what's next for yourself then? I mean, are you looking into doing coaching, or I understand you do have business interests in the area, do you?
Yeah, I run an academy. It's my own academy called CSW.
Okay.
And we got an international partnership with Celtic.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so we're running that in Newport at the moment. So I'm just ticking along with that, really. Nothing much more.
Well, if you want to add a link to that academy, if you've got a website link,
yeah.
Send me a link via Messenger, mate. I'll add it to the description of this video then.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheers.
No problem at all. So, question I ask everybody for the final question is basically, who was the best player you played with and the best player you played against during your career?
Played with. I haven't played with many great players. Most probably Scotty Murray, maybe at Bristol City.
All right, yeah.
He was good. Like I said, I haven't really been at top clubs to play with anyone brilliant. But playing against, most probably has to be Drogba. When he was at Galatasaray.
All right.
We had a friendly for Shrewsbury against him. And he come on. Yeah, he's most probably one of the best. But I played against Michael Owen, Berbatov for United.
All right, yeah.
Vidic would have to be up there, obviously. One of the best centre-backs in the world. But so one of them I'd say. Most probably Drogba, though. He was phenomenal when he was playing.
He was another level, wasn't he, on his own?
He won Chelsea titles on his own.
Absolutely.
He was unbelievable.
Oh, there we go then. So you played against some top players then, mate. Happy days.
Yeah, played against a few. Yeah.
So, Darren, that's all I got for you today then, mate. I really appreciate it. Thanks a lot. And that's a great insight to your career and your time at Newport. That really means a lot. Thanks a lot, mate.
Yeah, no worries. No problem. Anytime.
Don't forget to send me that link and I'll get that put on the description for you, okay?
Yeah, send it across now, mate. Cheers, mate.
Thank you, Darren. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate. Ta.
Many thanks for watching the latest content on the Amber Army channel. Please make sure you leave us a like. Make sure you subscribe for more content, both for the neutral football fan and also plenty of Newport County. Even more Newport County content can be found on the club's iFollow channel on the link above. It is just £4.49 per month to subscribe to that service. And those of you feeling extra generous can also support us on Patreon on the link at the bottom there. That would be a monthly donation of your choice. Thank you again. Make sure you've subscribed, and as always, up the county.